past week, or rather recently, you should have received a letter from the city with a survey inside. I thought I'd take a brief moment to explain what the survey is and what you can get out of it potentially. First of all, the survey is a survey that we are asking citizens to complete to give us a sense of the current inventory of our service lines. The way that works is the city provides all of our residents water through our public water mains. Each household is connected to the water main via a private service line. The federal government has recently passed laws that are requiring cities to determine what those private service lines are made of. Many service lines throughout the United States were made from lead, particularly after, or before, rather, the 1970s. And so the federal government is trying to determine how many service lines there are that are actually still lead that will invariably need to be replaced. So we need citizens' participation in order to help determine the inventory of our service lines. So if you complete the survey, number one, the city will get some information about the makeup of our service lines. And secondly, you will have an opportunity to win some really great prizes. For example, this great Amazon Fire 7 tablet. We also have light up cornhole, so you can play both day and night. We also have a myriad of other prizes. I believe up to $2,500 or more in prizes, many gift cards, and a lot of other fun things that you won't want to miss. And so participating in the survey gets you automatically entered for the drawing for many of these great prizes, all of these great prizes. So in order to be eligible, you have to do two things. You just have to complete the survey and get it back to the city by 5 o'clock on July 31st. We will be making some changes to the trash day schedule, but it's not really going to affect you except for very specific times of the year. And that is our holiday schedule. So in the past, when your trash day fell on a holiday, we would shift your trash to the next day and then shift everybody else's. So for example, if your trash was on a Monday, like mine, then it would shift to Tuesday. Tuesday's trash would move to Wednesday. Thursday and Friday's trash would be normal. Well, in order to hopefully prevent confusion, because we've had some in the past, we thought we'd try to simplify this by making it, if your trash day falls on a holiday, then your trash will be picked up on Wednesday. And everybody else's trash will remain the same. So it's pretty easy. If July 4th happens to fall on your trash route day, just remember to put your trash out on Wednesday, unless of course Wednesday is July 4th, in which case there is no residential trash routes. That will go into effect September 1st, so you have a little bit of time, and we'll get some additional information out as well to help people remember this change. We got a couple things coming up, a couple of events that you may want to know about. The first of these is happening on August 1st. That is the police department's annual National Night Out. This will take place at East Park, and it will be from 5 to 7 p.m. It's a great community activity where you can come out and get some food, play some games, and ultimately just meet some police officers and talk about concerns you have in your neighborhood, or just talk about just things in general. It's just a great opportunity to get out and share some time with the El Dorado Police Department. They'll be out in full force. It's hard to believe, I mean, it is July, but we are already taking fall recreation sports registrations. So if your child is interested in playing flag football, volleyball, or soccer, go ahead and get your applications into the Parks and Recreation Department. You can do that online at the Parks and Recreation website, or you can come into City Hall and complete a paper application. Either way, do it so that we can get all of the names ready for the upcoming assembly of teams. Last week, the City Commission had a very full slate of agenda items, some of which I did not have the opportunity to talk about. I'm going to highlight two of them that I did not highlight last time because these are kind of important for the community to know. The City Commission approved 2 professional service agreements to help us put together a transportation master plan. The Transportation Master Plan will allow us to develop a capital improvement plan for our transportation network for basically the next 10 or so years into the future. It will really allow us to look at our current system as well as anticipate future improvements that may be needed as a result of development that the city is trying to attract. So we have two different professional service agreements because we have two different services that are going to be provided in order to help us assemble this plan. The first of these is an agreement with JEO Consulting. This engineering company will be primarily responsible for providing transportation planning services. So they will be doing transportation projections, they will be looking at the current system and its capacity, and putting together a list of improvements that the city may want to consider as part of its multi-year capital improvement plan. And so they will be aggregating a bunch of data, looking at traffic trends, looking at freight trends, industrial trends, and gathering all that data, assembling it, and helping us put together a plan to allow our system to keep up with those changes. In addition, we also have an agreement with PEC, and they will be providing our pavement conditioning index service. This service is also very important, primarily for our existing network. The reason for that is, as you may have known by watching this show, we have a mill and overlay program that allows us to invest up to $500,000 a year in major rehabilitation of our streets. In order to figure out which streets we want to mill and overlay per year, we're going to do a pavement conditioning index that will basically allow us to prioritize streets based upon their current condition. This index will then be updated periodically to allow us to make the most informed decisions with respect to our street conditions and which streets will receive the mill and overlays each year. Those two things will be assembled together to create our transportation master plan that will guide transportation investments over the next 10 years. Finally, I'd like to provide a very brief update on our ballpark improvement projects. Before you know it, these projects will be actually seen in action as we begin the initial stages of implementation. Thus far, we've just been in the design phase, and so much of this activity has been taking place behind the scenes, but very shortly you'll be able to see actual progress being made. What do I mean? Well, beginning August 2nd, Conco Construction will be on site in both East and Central Parks, demolishing the current concession stand and restroom facilities. They will remove these facilities in preparation for our new ballpark concessions and restrooms. So that will take place beginning the week of August 2nd. Hellas will be on site at McDonald's Stadium to begin removing McDonald's Stadium's turf and in preparation for the installation of the new turf that will be coming soon. So you'll be seeing some activity at our ball fields. The baseball seasons are slowly ending, and now that ramps up our construction phase of the ballpark improvement projects. We will also be waiting the scoreboard at McDonald's Stadium and scoreboards at some of our other facilities, and some of the other improvements will follow suit as well, but those two are the two big ones that we have that are coming up in full swing here in the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for that as we move forward with implementation of our ball field improvement projects. Well, that was pretty long. I hope you stayed tuned to the very end. Have a great week, stay cool, and we will see you next week on Things to Know.